Hello everybody, Turtle Gamer here, back with you in another video. Yeah, I told y'all, I'm starting a new YouTube series called TurtleTown. So, let me give you a tour. So first, we got these boats. We got this, little dock area. We got a boat out there. We got an island that says for sale, if you can't see that. And then we got that, we got a little beachside area, and then, we just got a house with a mailbox. So nothing really to see over there, just a house, like a house on the bayou. Sorry about my voice. We got a little light, and if y'all go over here, yeah, there's the happy gas area, and then there is, here's like a farm inside the valley. So enough of that. Let's go. Let's move on to the next place that I want to show y'all. A bamboo house in the valley. So, whoever wants to live here, this is your house. So, here's the bamboo forest, and then we go down a little ways right here. We will reach the happy gas area with the happy gas. Yes, I actually would name them, but I don't have any name tags, so that will probably come out later on in the series. We got a blacksmith area. We got two blacksmith places, and then we got the downtown area before the sign that says "Welcome to TurtleTown." And this is the trade area. Here's the horse area where the horse, like, it's just like a thing I saw online. Let's go over here onto the west side of town with this house with a little farm, and then we got a hot spring right here. Yes, and then we go down all the way down here. This is another house that I made. Here's a cat. I don't know, it's just some random cat. And then we got a little bamboo entrance right there. There's a secret cove, if y'all want to see that. If y'all can see, it's like a secret cove right there. Anyways, let's not make this video like 30 minutes long. Let's show you all the most important things. We got the West TurtleTown dock, which it's like, more developed. There's a boat area, and if y'all can see, there's a little entrance, which we will get to that later. On to the next thing. We got, the chicken, we got the animal farm, we got the houses, we got a flower shop with like a cool house right here. And then we got another house right here. I don't know why. That's not really big. And let's move on to the movie theaters. Here we are at the movie theaters. And we walk in. And, if you want, just whatever. And then, let me use the right door. And then you watch the Minecraft movie. You can see the chicken jockey scene. So, it's just a bunch of funny things. Let me walk out of here. Here's the popcorn machine back there. And, ooh, the sunset. Let's watch the sunset for a bit. And here's the grocery store. We don't have to really go in there. It's just groceries and stuff like food. Here's a little park area with a farm. And then, just a little, like park with a well. So let me show you something. Let me walk up here. Here's the sunset area, like just the area where you can watch the sunset like this. So yeah, I have to get a photo of that. That's pretty nice. I have to keep that. Anyways, let's move on to my little bridge that I made. Oh look, it's not a bridge. Actually, it is a bridge. Here, I'll show you. We'll show the full thing later. And then we got like a little area that's that's hanging something right here. You can see that. And then we got this little flower hallway. Got this little farm area with, a park bench, stuff like that. So let me think of a way I can get down, because actually right here is a tree house. So that'd be perfect if we can get down there. Whee! This city is lit up, so that means there won't be any like mobs anywhere, like creepers or skeletons. Now there is zombies and creepers in some places, but not all the time. Here's a little tree house area. I'm just gonna go ahead and sleep here for the night. It's a beautiful morning in TurtleTown. Let me eat some food. And I also forgot to mention, I got my little starter pack with netherite stuff, because again, I built this entire world in creative, so just don't forget that. Okay, I would have built it in, regular Minecraft, but it would have taken way longer, and I wanted to show y'all. So here's a little bridge, a little beachside area with that thing that's hanging. And then here is a park. And then here's a modern house, which, how it is. It's just modern. And I forgot to say, when you get villagers in your house, I meant to it's because of these barrels and stuff, so I have to. Here's a little couch area if you want to watch TV. Let me, actually I want to show y'all the thing upstairs. Here's a little desk area with a little master bed. 3-bed, I don't know why, but anyways, let's move on to the next place. We got a Waffle House. Yes, I will put a Waffle House in my town just because, we got our little area where the cashier can sit. Here's the little dispenser for money. Just random Waffle House stuff. Restroom, it's just a bathroom right there. Just a bunch of stuff. And then there's pumpkins and melons out. Here's Steve's Lava Chicken Shack, which, we got people inside the shack. Now let me, now the reason why there's not any chickens right here is because it's lagging my world like crazy. See, my world's lagging because the chickens. It's just a bunch of fun stuff to have. Here's a little flower stand. Here's a little bookstore, just a pretty nice bookstore, and I'm not going to show y'all a secret. Comment down below which one is the switch or not. So yeah, type 1 if it's on the left, type 2 if it's on the right. So here's a little pavilion area. There's just a house, old villager houses. Here's the little pool area that a lot of people are interested in if they want to go swim. Here's a secret spot where it's basically just a hot tub that's connected by the hot tub over here, the hot spring. So that's pretty cool. And it's just beach stuff. And here's a diving board that I made. Now, there's Dinner Bone statue. And yeah. Over here is the farm. If y'all, this is the Turtle Gamer farm, or the TurtleTown farm. And here's my house right here. So when you spawn in the world, this is actually my house. Yes. Here's Dinnerbone himself. He's just over here farming. And yeah. Now you might be thinking, when you're walking over here, you're going to see a wooden plank. Well, there's actually a very big secret base underground, so I haven't really worked on it. So that'd be... See, there's a little hidey hole right here. You can peek in from inside. Just pretty cool stuff. Here's another house. And my world is lagging like crazy. Here's the A-frame house. Here's the basketball court if you want to play ball. Watch this. I'm going to dunk. Oh, crap. Dude, my world's this laggy, it won't even let me do that. Whee! There we go. Ow. Anyways, here's a little area. Here's the net. Actually, fun fact, I found this nether portal right here. This wasn't even man-made. This was actually in the world. When I spawned here, it was right there. And here's a little pond area. Just street lamps. Here's the, just some random house, another random house right there. Here's the TurtleTown church. In case if y'all like church, here's the church right here. Anyways, let me show y'all this other area. That's just a random house if y'all want to live there or not. And yeah. All right, so we're on the other side of town. Here's the bee house with a bunch of bees everywhere. And I don't know what happened to all the bees. I swear there was a bunch of them, but they're all gone. Here's a corner house. I don't know why that's there. Here's the storage place where you can go in here and just store whatever you want. There's a second floor, so if y'all want to store more stuff, go over there. And let's walk around, just let's enjoy the scenery. Here's a little hot spring right here. Here's another little hidden waterfall within the trees. So we just keep walking over here, and then here's the TurtleTown mines where you can go mining if you want. I already kind of blown up some stuff, so here's like a very interesting house right here. You know, that's just a Acadia house. We don't have to go in there. Here's something I worked on. It's kind of like a Traildo launcher, so I kind of wanted to work on that very bad, but I didn't know how. Here is a long driveway of a house that's on the lake. There's a houseboat. There's a windmill over there. We'll get to that. And then there is the Sky Tower, the tallest building in town. So let's walk over here. Here we're crossing the famous bridge in town, the TurtleTown Bridge on the TurtleTown Parkway. So, you know, we're just walking over here, and then, you know, we see the Birch House. The house that is actually going to be it's well known for being, you know, it's just out here. And guys, don't let me forget, remember my first ever YouTube video, how to create a turtle farm. There's just a bunch of turtles, they're just sitting there. Here's the Birch House. You know, they got a little farm area, pretty interesting. There's a black sheep. And here's the tree farm. So all these trees right here are part of the tree farm. Basically where if you want to grow trees or not. And here's another house. We don't have to really, it's just a house on the east side facing the sunrise. Here's the windmill that a lot of my fans know from my sneak peek of TurtleTown. Here's its big freaking farm. Oh my goodness, look how big that is. Oh my goodness. I gotta get a photo of that. Hold on. Let me back it up. There we go. There you go. I just like to get photos. Here's the lava farm, so that way we can make lava. Just sugarcane farms all over the place over there. So we're about to get into the good part. Here's a little soccer field area by the Sky Tower with another happy guest. Here's the bamboo gate. So, you know, you might be thinking, oh, I can just walk across, and then you fall in the water. You wanna know why you fall in the water, guys? Hold on, let me get back. Here's the bamboo house right there. Because you have to walk very slow across this bridge. And there you go. You made it across. Congrats. We're gonna get to the Sky Tower later on. Here's a little pond. Here's the anvil house with a ender chest. And then, you know, there's just a bunch of random stuff over here. Here's the announcement area. So you can get married here, or you can just, you know, it's announcement. Here's a birch house with a birch tree on top of it. Y'all can see that. Let me see what else we got here. So we got another house. Just, you know, a random house there. We got another house, and then we got the Netherwort farm, and then we got another dock with a thing of fire. So I forgot to mention that house right there. That's a house on the water, and then there's a huge like farm over there with a clock tower. And yeah, sorry about that. I kind of been off track with the tour. Now we're gonna get to the final part of our tour. So before that, we're gonna hit this area right here. You know, the man-made wooden dock with a very interesting area. And then we're gonna hit the final place. So I'm trying to make sure we get there right on time because the sunset. And here's this house, the birch house, and then another dock. I know we need that many docks, Turtle. Why? Well, just because. Now let me show you all the final place. This is it. So that's just the forest right there. Why is the door lagging? All right. Let me climb up all these stairs, and I'm going to show you something. So first, before we do that, of course we need this. Oh crap! And then we need to go up the stairs with my with my lucky stick. Just kidding, I don't have a lucky stick. Gotta keep going up these stairs until we reach the top floor. So, you know, this is a very pretty cool part of my world. Now we're up here, up in the sky, just you know, hanging out. This is actually the tallest place in the map, so here we go, guys. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Make sure to drop a like, hit that subscribe button right now. And yeah, guys, TurtleTown episode 1 will be coming out very soon. See ya, guys.